Good morning, 10th grade. How you all today? Hope you're chipper, ready to finish out your lessons. I'm doing 10th grade math. I'm doing page 10 to 12. And this is just simply a continuation of what you did yesterday. I'll push you over here so you can see right over to the corner of the board. There we go. And so this here is just some more work that you would have done, like I showed you from yesterday's lesson. Let's just talk about this one here, 1.69. And I chose this one because it's a hard one. Well, I don't know about that. It does show a point that I didn't mark out yesterday. So this one here, there's no factoring out, okay? They threw you a curveball though. You see, you can cancel. You don't have to factor anything. Everything's factored, so you can cross out the x. And then you have x negative y, x positive y negative x. Okay, so you see, these two terms, you almost at first glance, you can cancel them out. And you say, oh no, one's negative, the other's positive. Well, I know you've learned this, and I know you understand this, but sometimes you forget it in the heat of the moment. But from now on, you're going to, and I think you used it, maybe you could have used it on one or two earlier. You can go -1, multiply it by -1. So I choose to multiply this one by -1. So that makes me a negative y and a positive x. So now I have positive x, negative y. They're flipped, but that doesn't matter. Doesn't matter which one comes first. Now that leaves, now I can cancel this one out. So I cancel this one out, and I cancel this one out, and that leaves me with nothing. And you say 0. No, not quite. You have to carry, this is the point that I want to make, you have to carry the -1 down here. Okay? Everything else is 1. Now this here was canceled out to 1, this was canceled out to 1, this was canceled out to 1, this was canceled out to 1, but you have the -1 yet. So go ahead and go 1 times 1 is 1 negative. And so your answer for 169 is -1. And the reason I put that one on there, not that it was such a hard problem, but I wanted you to be aware of being able to use that negative. If I can tell you, I think that you're only allowed to use it one time, or else they did not factor out all their problems as low as they could, because I was able to find some other problems as I worked the lesson that if I would use -1, I could cancel out numerous other ways. Well, they would only use it one time in the problem. I searched the book, I could not find directions that telling you only use -1 one time. But obviously, there must be a rule like that. For some reason that I can't explain to you, and I haven't found it in the book. Now, maybe you found it, and if you did, you be sure to text me or call me or tell me where you found it. But I don't think it's anywhere else, or I wasn't able to find it in the book to tell you that you can only use -1 one time. Because when you get into these big problems, you could flip more than once if you could use -1 a couple different times. But that's the best that I can make out. You can only do it one time in a problem. Okay, so let's go to 171. Yes, 171. I'll do another one there. You're multiplying, and you need to factor them out. And so I copied the problem here in red, and then I factored it out, and now you help me cancel. Okay, I did part of the steps here for you. And again, if I can stress to you, the hard part of all these problems is factoring them out. Now maybe you don't find it that way, and I hope you don't. But for me, doing these problems, the hard part is knowing how to factor out the problem correctly. And so I've kind of come to this conclusion that sometimes you can factor it out different ways. And it's still, no, it won't always come up with the same answer. Sometimes I found it too, and sometimes it won't. So I factored this 4x squared y. I factored this at 2x negative y, 2x positive y. Okay, you know how to do that. That's a pretty easy factoring. This one here I found just a little bit confusing. I'm a little bit confused of what to do with this 10xy. Okay, I'm not exactly sure. I took this 8x, instead of going 4x and 4x, I went 4x and 2x. 2 times 4 makes you 8. Okay, now you could use other exponents probably as well, and then I had the 3y squared, and so I understood that 1 times 3 equals 3. So I had a 3y and a 1y. What do I do with that 10xy? I guess throw him out. It wasn't clear in my mind what to do with him. He doesn't fit. Okay, so I did the same thing here again on this one, 2x squared, 5xy, negative 3y. So I had the 2x, and then I put the 1x. So 1 and 2 make 2. X, I took 1x here, 1x here. I put the 3y here, and I put the 1 here. You could actually reverse that. There would have been no reason. But the reason I did that to make it come out with this one up here. Okay? Because I could have put the 3y here, and I could add x negative y. So see, you try some of these canceling out this way. You say, oh, I want to cancel out a different way to get a different answer. Now here's a 4x squared, negative 9. So I went a positive 3 and a negative 3. I put the 4x squared, the 4x here, and just a plain x here. Okay, I'm going to just tell you the honest truth. This one here, I did not do it this one here, I did not do it this way until I looked, and then I couldn't cancel hardly anything. Then I looked in the book, and then it told me how to cancel this out. So, oh yeah, whenever I flipped it this way, then I could cancel more. So here we go. Let's cancel out here. First thing here, we're going to cancel 2x plus y. 2x plus y. Put across through there. Let me get a better marker here. Okay, we canceled here and here. And now, let's see. We've got a 4x positive 3, a 4x positive 3. So I cancel here, and I cancel here. You're actually supposed to put 1s here, okay? That's canceled out to 1. This canceled out to 1. This canceled out to 1. I've got a 2x plus y, 2x negative y. I've got an x negative y. Here you can cancel out. You can work this one out just like a fraction. This here, you can cancel this guy out. X negative, you can cancel straight up and down like this here. You can cancel this out, and this makes it 1. So that leaves me with 2x negative y, 2x negative y, and 2x positive y, 2x plus y. My question is why couldn't I have gone and used one of these, canceled one of these out to a negative 1, and then that would have equaled out, my answer would have been negative 1. Let me check the answer for 171 to be sure I'm telling you the correct answer. Yes, that's correct. But I don't know why I couldn't cancel this out with a negative 1 and get this problem all the way down to negative 1. X equals negative 1. It's a little bit unclear. The answer is 2x negative y, 2x positive y. And if I would have used that negative on one of those, I just had to do it one time, I could have brought it all the way down. So I'm not quite clear on that part there, how to use that. And the book I was not able to find hardly any direction on when to do that and when not to do that. Alrighty. Yes, I will move on over now to dividing algebraic fractions. And again, as you read this, you will all of a sudden discover that this is identical to the way you divide fractions. You reciprocal the last term. You flip it, and then just multiply, and use all the multiplication rules. So for this next section, they gave you the bottom of page 10, the top of page 11. Basically what they did, they were just told, in that whole part, they were just explaining to you how to reciprocal. Okay? I can tell you that in one sentence. Reciprocal the last term. Flip the last term. Trade the last term. I don't care how you do it, and then multiply. So there you go. And you can do different more than one fraction, just like you can multiply more than one fractions. Be sure that if you have sometimes you have three numbers, be sure to flip the one you're dividing, the second one and the one you're dividing. A 176, I'll let you flip those and multiply those, or yeah, reciprocal and then multiply. I am going to do, which one am I going to do? 174. Oh, I thought I was done on the other part. Here I've got 174 on the board yet. We got to move over to 174 before we start dividing. That's all right. We can pretend like we're dividing on 174. There we go. 174 is a tough old booger. Not too bad. You've got x squared, 2xy plus y squared, and z negative. And then you got here the same problem right on the bottom. Okay, it's divided by x, y, z, z, y, x. Okay. If you take a look, these two here I factored out identical. They are the same problems, top and bottom. They're identical, so you factor them out exactly the same. Now I cancel out. Let me see here, x plus y plus z. I can cancel here and here. Cross this guy, cross this guy. Okay, I bet you I can do this one here. Z, positive y, negative x. Ooh, whoa. I don't have a negative x. So, that means I could do I could make a negative 1. I think that's the way I want to do that here. I want to make one of them a negative x. So let's just do this one right up here. Let's do this one here. A 1 negative times x, and now I can cancel this guy and this guy. I think that is correct. Let me look here. I was supposed to make this guy here a negative y, sorry. X plus y, x negative y. Yes, and so that leaves me with x, negative y plus z, 174. Oh, I have my negative 1. So my answer over here, I have this guy here and this guy here, but I have to multiply it times negative 1. So that's going to put a negative sign in front of this one. So let me see here, I don't have any space to write the answer. It's going to be, let me write it right here. Put the line here, x plus y, negative z. And the top answer is a negative 1. And it's x plus y plus z. Well, I'm just about out of marker there again. See if we can get this one right. It's negative 1 cx. No, this is parentheses. X plus y plus z. X plus y negative z. That's my answer. Okay. 179 is the one that I was getting ready to do here. I copied the problem right here, and then I said, why didn't I just reciprocal as I was copying? So let's pretend like I did. And so here we go. this here should have been erased. Because right here I reciprocal. So just as well, whenever you're copying it, no need copying it twice. I mean, save a little ink, save a little sweat, copy it and multiply. Okay, I can cancel out here on this guy. I can cancel a squared, so I can cancel this here. If I do 7, this would be a 3, and this would be a 2. And if I go 5 here, this will make a 2, and this will make a 3. Okay, 2 times 3 is 5. 2 times 3 is 5. 5 into 5, my answer is 1. It's pretty easy one. Yeah, I picked that one because I knew you needed a little break there. Let's keep going. They're not all quite that easy. Oh yes, 184 and 193. Boy, I made 193 too wide, I believe. He don't quite fit on the page. Oh. All right, well, let's work on 184. 184 is worked out like that. This is a squared 3. I could have factored this one out in double a plus 3, a negative 3. There really wasn't any need to do because I could look right here and see I wasn't going to cancel. A squared negative 9. Now I did him. I broke him apart because I had this a negative 3. So here we go. A negative 3. I'll take off this a negative 3. So that leaves me with this is a 1, and of course this is a 1. So that leaves me 5 on the bottom. And then on the top I have a plus 3 squared. So I can add those together, and I can go a plus 3 through cube 3 times. Any questions? Okay. And now I'm going to go to 193 here. And let me just push you over. You don't need to see 193 so that you can see the end of the problem. There we go. Okay, 193, I copied him out. And then I factored out each one. Now look what I did here. See, this one was multiply in the book, and this one was divide. So guess what I did? Like I told you, I followed my own instructions. I just simply copied him. My first time on the paper, I reciprocated him and just went on. I never double copied. I just did it one time. And then, after I got that done, then I come back to here and I started multiplying. And so you can multiply 3 together just like you can multiply 3 fractions together. You can multiply these together and you can cancel. So it just opens your field to a huge field. So here we go. Let me see here. Where can I start here? Let's start right here. 3y plus 4x. We can cancel that. 3y plus 4x. Here I've got a 5y plus x, 5y negative x. Whoa. That won't work. I could multiply that with 1 though. Let's just hang on there. Here we got 4y negative 7, 4y negative 7. So I can cancel here. Here I isolated the 3 and I got y plus x. And here I've got y plus x, but I don't think I can do that. Oh, down here, I got this one here. This is 4x negative 3y. And I've got it right here, 3y negative 4x. So I can do this one here. I do this one here times negative 1. And so that makes this a negative 3y and a positive 4x. And that would cancel out that. Okay? So here I can cancel that out. Now I've got my negative 1. I would like to use, here's where I was telling you, I would like to use that negative 1 and cancel out this one right here and this one right here. You see, I've got a positive x, and here I got a negative x, and so if I would use that, I could flip that. Oh no, I couldn't flip both of them though, could I? I couldn't do -1 times both, I would get in trouble. Okay. Okay. 5y plus x. Okay, maybe, you see, maybe when you multiply it by -1, you have to be able to change both of those. Maybe it's making sense now. If you can't, you have to have both of them opposite. See, that changed both of them opposite here. So, if I condense this down, I have got, this is what I've got left for my answer. And I'm going to write the answer here because there's no room at the end for you to see. I have 3 negative, because I've got 1 times 3, that's -3. And then I've got a y plus x. Now if you're with me, here I've got the 5y negative x. 5y negative x. And there is, to my knowledge, I think maybe you could combine these and have 2 x's, 2 y's. They didn't do that, okay? They left it in those terms. And then here, I come back over here, I've got a 5y positive x, 5y positive x, a y negative x, and a y negative x. Yeah. I think that's correct. Let me check that out to be sure. 193. That's correct. That's the final answer for 193. I'm just not quite sure if this couldn't have been condensed down more. Maybe, but I'm not sure. It would have been my way of thinking that these two here could have been canceled, this could have been canceled out. Oh, you can't see that bottom, can you? Well, let me turn the screen down so you can see the answer. There we go. Hey, work on them. I'm actually going to give you just a little liberty. If you watched all the way to the end of the video and you paid attention, I'll give you this privilege that you get to skip 2 problems today. So anywhere from page 10 to 12, there's 2 problems that you don't like. There you go. You don't like. You can just let them blank. And then tomorrow we'll do self-test. I think that's it. You enjoy the day.